Think for a moment. Imagine someone walking up to you and asking, "Since when have you become the harvester of souls?" How would you even respond? This strange question opens a door to one of humanity's oldest fears. Today, when we think of Azrael, the image that comes to mind is the classic one seen in movies: a skeletal body, a hooded cloak, and a scythe in hand. But this image did not appear all at once. It was shaped by centuries of darkness. Azrael, as we know him today, emerged in the 14th century Europe, and even the word dark barely captures that era. The Black Death, the plague. It fell upon Europe like a shadow, church bells tolling after long minutes of silence, houses left abandoned on the streets. Half of a city wiped out in just a few months. People lived as if death shared their home. So in the minds of the survivors, a single image grew stronger. Death was no longer an abstract concept. It was almost a person. But why show this person of death as a skeleton? Because a skeleton is the final form of a human being, the point where decay ends and life is completely gone. No emotion, no warmth, but a very clear message. Every living being will eventually reach this place. Medieval churches painted skeleton dances on their walls, carved them on gravestones, displayed them in murals, constantly reminding people of this truth. Artists tried to give death a face, and eventually all of Europe agreed on a single figure, the skeletal angel of death. Where did the hooded cloak come from? At that time, those overseeing burials, priests and clerics, wore long, dark robes. This outfit became the official face of death. Over time, the image stuck with the angel of death and the hood. It hides the face. It does not reveal identity. Because death has no face, it stands equally distant from everyone. And the most iconic detail, the scythe. Almost all of Europe was an agrarian society. During harvest time, ripe crops were cut with a scythe. People imagined death in the same way. The world is a field, humans are stalks, and when the time comes, the scythe arrives. The metaphor was so powerful that the figure of death became inseparable from the scythe. Even today, we see it in drawings, films, and games. These images merged over centuries, and the Azrael we know today appeared. Yet the most important question remains, is Azrael real, or is he simply a character humanity created to make sense of its fear of death? Perhaps Azrael never walked outside at all. Perhaps he is merely humanity's way of coping with darkness, a symbol, a reminder, a mirror of reality. Even today, when death is mentioned, this figure appears in our minds, because depicting death is not easy. But give it a face, a silhouette, a symbol, and people can understand it. And that is why Azrael is still with us, silent beneath his hood, the cold gleam of the scythe in his hand, a visitor knocking when the time comes. Death does not change. Only we, the storytellers, change.